Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for stopping on by, because we have one more match for the night. For the day. And then after that, depending on how I am feeling, I may do one or two sub-choices. If anybody here has a sub-choice that they would want me to do, and you've been sub for 12, 24, 36 months, one of those, if you hit your anniversary and want me to play a game for an hour, I am happy to do so. Let's go ahead and reveal who our GM is. Come on in. NPC Lives. Hello there. Maybe. NPC, you need to be PC now. Hello.
Hey there.
You're the player character today.
Hey.
You don't sound too excited.
You're excited?
I'm excited. I'm always excited.
I'm excited too, because, I just had this inspiration that, today needed to be, a really fun day of just one theme,
Oh, no.
And Garby, gave us the, Game Boy Blues Brothers. And because, I'm an NES person, we need to pick the NES Blues Brothers.
Yep, more Titus action coming your way, everybody. The NES version, I actually like playing. It's not good, but I like playing it.
It's not good.
It's not good. Oh, it's not good. But it's fun. With that said, it still is going to be a pretty big challenge. I mean, the players have 1 hour to make as much progress as they can. Whoever comes in first will be getting 10 points and will, I believe, with this match, be guaranteed to go into the bracket. So that is pretty dang exciting.
Yep, and it all relies on being good at the Blues Brothers.
You never know what you got to be good at, but apparently the blues, that's where it's at today.
Yeah, and the thing is that this game is just incredibly suited to be speed ran. But if you casually play this game, it's just terrible. In my opinion, it's just terrible.
Well, I'd say less terrible, more uncontrollable. Because I don't know how true. Titus does it, but they make controls be really, really bad a lot of the time. They have no mercy for their players. All it is Titus. That's what they've got for you.
Yeah. And I was trying to play this for about 25 minutes, and the game just was, not letting me have anything. Not letting me have any fun whatsoever.
But the game is fun. I promise, okay? I highly recommend this as a game where everything just feels wrong, okay? Like, it behaves the way it's supposed to, and technically it's okay. It's just, you'll see as soon as they start, okay? Just trust me. Just trust me on this. But I like this game.
We can trust you?
No, you can.
You're allowed to like games. It's not like I'm going to, bash you for liking a bad game, because let's be honest, I have my own fair share of bad games that I like.
Oh yeah, my name's NPC and I like to play Sword of Sedan.
It's fun. It really is. It's terrible.
Is, yeah.
It's stupid terrible, but I just love playing it.
Oh, it's bad.
It is sadly, like Contra, one of my casual just play through the game just to let off some steam kind of games. As weird as that sounds.
Oh, it's so weird. Judging you, NPC. Not really judging you too much.
Yeah, I was about to say, pot calling the kettle. It's like you're going to tell me about bad games when you run a bad games tournament and make other people play bad games.
See, but that's the thing, I make other people play it. By the way, the task for this game is super short. I have asked NPC to ban the glitch.
Yes, I told them about the glitch, and I told them if they actually do it, they have to reset. We are not allowing that glitch.
Yeah, which, mind you, I don't think anybody would accidentally stumble into it. But there is a glitch to skip levels. They're not allowed to do that today. By the way,
Well,
let me go ahead
let-
and do one check just to make sure everybody is the correct stream.
Just let everybody know, this game is 5 stages, so if they have actually found that glitch, it would be 3 stages in reality.
Yep.
Not that it's going to be any easier for 3 stages, but...
Well, I think that people already know what they should spam for Blues Brothers. I mean, music stuff, sunglasses, cool or not cool fedoras, either way is fine. What else?
There are cool fedoras?
The blue ones. Okay, Yuge is ready, Zavane, Mr. Zindu ready, just waiting for Time Wanderer. Okay, spam your music. Your emotes. Do it. Because we are going to be starting really quickly. And when I say really quickly, I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as I see movement in the stage, I will start our timer. Oh my gosh, Molin with sunglasses. It's too good. Okay.
Yeah, it's right.
So, welcome to this game, which is somehow one of the fastest horizontal scrolling games of the NES that I've played. It's weird.
Yeah, the thing is, everybody, is that there is normal speed, but then you have hold down like B and it gets you like super fast. But the thing is, it also makes you run into things you wouldn't run into. So it's very, suggested to try not to do that, but, Oh yeah, and it has elevators that will break if you stand on them too long. So,
I
great
forgot
gameplay.
about that. You gotta keep jumping on the elevators and spikes are flying around trying to kill you.
Yeah, I
Everything
have
that you
never
like in the Blues Brothers movies, you know?
Especially sharks with goggles on them. Who doesn't remember that part of the Blues Brothers?
By the way, we have a question in chat. Is this an actual pools match? This is a group match. Correct. We have this game determining who will be moving on, and I believe that 2 people could easily move on from this. We've got 24, 25 pointers, so first and second are pretty solid. Third will possibly enter a tiebreaker. Fourth is right out.
Hey, Monty Python. Yeah, I can see right now how Yugi is having trouble trying to get onto that platform. Trying to get out of these areas is just, especially when you're holding down the run button, just feels weird.
Like, the thing is, walking feels like you're running in this game, and running feels like you got a rocket pack on your back. Like, precise movement in this game almost does not exist.
Yeah. Oh, it got it finally.
You got it. Oh, Zavane got the shark. Come on, jump the shark.
I love it that you can ride the shark and the dog in this game.
So good.
It's like, even though it's not incredibly... Oh, I mean, the dog is usable. I don't know if the shark is really. I never used the shark too much. But, yeah, the dog is definitely useful. But, yeah, you're just holding down the run button, just involuntarily thinking about it, because you can do normal jumps. It's just, in a setting like this, when you're trying to beat the game as fast as possible, running is your only option, it feels like.
Well, yeah, it's really tempting to go fast, but it's not helpful. That's not what you need to do. You need to figure out how to play the game first. And if you can figure it out, kudos. Good job.
Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, that is true! We are giving people of the Blues Brothers encore right now.
Oh my gosh, except it's the prequel. Because this is based off of the first movie, and the well, I guess. I wouldn't be able to tell you if it has anything to do with the movie, but supposedly,
The answer is no.
Really?
Really. It's like I've seen some parts, and yeah, there is a ton of stuff that is not mentioned in this.
Whatever.
Oh no! Oh no!
What happened?
Zavane got hit by a bird and accidentally backtracked quite a bit on the first level.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, this is one of the things is that you want to be careful how you progress through the level because this game will just not be nice, and all of a sudden, oh, you're backtracking through, so much of the level. It's just like time where you just wonder if it's better to just reset.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
Well,
probably at first I wouldn't, but later attempts I would.
I already seen somebody use their continue, and I'm like, yeah, if it was, I don't know if I would, even continue, I would just restart. But
if you're going back to the very beginning of level 1, yeah, restarting, I think, is almost always a good option.
But, I mean, they're going to have plenty of time to try and learn these levels, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue right now, but later it will be.
Agreed. Honestly, depending on how much information they have, they may want to find out what different locations and different items do, because there are one-ups throughout this. There are health pickups. You do want to make sure you know how to get those. Oh no, Time Wander onto the stupid, you gotta jump right onto the clouds, even though they don't look like platforms.
Yeah. It's like there are a couple of things. Yeah, they're thinking. Yep, now they're figuring it out.
Okay, there we go. No, the bird! That bird is a jerk.
Me. Yes, that bird has bugged me so much because it should just be a normal jump, but that bird just comes out of nowhere. So you have to move ever so slightly just to spawn the bird.
It's like a huge pain, I'm not gonna lie.
And yet you like this game.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, I prefer games that, between being way too fast and way too slow, I definitely prefer the way too fast side of things. Because it's exciting, you can slow down a little bit, but at the same time, there's so much potential for just zipping through multiple areas here. It's fun.
Yeah, I just think this goes way too fast for me to ever enjoy it. It's like, what is the other games that, It's like, Garby plays a bunch of fast games, and she just, destroys them, and I'm like, I can't enjoy the game if I'm going that flippin' fast.
Why not?
Because it requires memorization, and I stink at memorization.
Okay, memorization, yeah, that's true. I'm the type of kid, though, who, if I ever had any game that had racing at all, I pretty much never used the brake. I didn't beat a lot of racing games when I was young. I use the brakes now, because you can actually stay faster longer. But I was a dumb kid, I just wanted to go top speed!
Speaking of which, Mr. Zimbu is in stage 2. And now we're getting up, and even worse, that staircase, it's so fun to watch. I'm just gonna go fast, Spike.
It gets everyone. It literally gets everyone.
And the thing that stinks about this level is that it's ice physics. So can you imagine going fast alongside ice physics?
I love it. Introducing spikes and ice physics in the same level, Hey, Mr. Zimbu got the dog! And the dog's dead. That's okay. Didn't need the dog too long.
Well, the dog can tank one enemy hit, and so that's useful in trying to navigate a couple of areas. And Mr. Zimbu got hit again. It's just one of those things that you just don't think about, that you just have to release that one time just so you can,
Oh,
just so you
Mr.
cannot
Zimbo is
take a
trying to
hit.
jump through the right side, which is not a bad idea because I believe there's a 1-up over there.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but there are plenty of 1-ups because you take a lot of deaths in this game.
Yeah, normally people think in racing situations lives aren't super important, but when it comes to blind racing, I'd say they might be even more important than for a casual playthrough, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, simply put, making consistent progress is more important than making fast progress.
Oh no! They just fell off and has to start the level over again.
Time Wanderer is going to have a lot of fun with that. Ooh, with this level. Everybody making some decent amount of progress. Yuge is a little bit behind, but I'm not really too concerned. He's caught up plenty of times before in other matches. He's got a good chance of doing that here, too.
I always like how the level ends with you ain't seen nothing yet, and it should make you laugh because, yep, it's just gonna get worse from here.
Like, you think, how can it get worse? But, just wait until we get to precision platforming in a game with no precision controls.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, you know the room. Yeah.
I know the room. It's like, that is like the necessary evil right there.
Yeah, people step in and bam, right away, oh hi Mark, you know, they get roomed.
Anyway, we'll talk about it more when we get there.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah, the music is really good. Yuge, I think, is enjoying the number 1.
I don't know what's up about that.
Wait, you don't know your numbers?
No, I wondered why Yuge paused. I mean...
I'll refresh his stream to see if it was.
No, it's still going for me. It's just, it's paused.
The game is woof. Aw, he has a doggy on his screen. Yeah, maybe he had to run and vomit a little bit.
That's the natural reaction for this game?
Actually, I would say, you know, you never know if a game is going to affect somebody a certain way. It definitely can happen. And honestly, if stepping away for a minute or two is needed, go ahead and do that. You know?
Yeah.
Being able to get back into it and having a good push is better than just sitting there, suffering the entire time, and having no good pushes.
What was I going to say in regards to, all I keep thinking about with, kind of motion sickness stuff is just like gym power and that kind of stuff. Because that's a game that, could possibly induce that kind of reaction. Rosentia?
Sorry.
I'm
trying to type. I'm asking Yuge if Yuge is still around. No, I didn't go barf. Why would I go barf? No, if anything, I'm doing the opposite of that. I've got a chimichanga here.
It's gonna come out the other end then.
Huh. Okay, I did refresh Yuge and it moved.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I'm thinking that Yuge might be having a problem with internet.
Yeah, I was about to say, just all of a sudden went like somewhere in the level 2, so I was curious about that. But yeah, level 2 is learning how to deal with spikes, and they're not going to get any friendlier, so... one thing you can kind of do is sometimes you can, instead of actually trying to jump platforms, you can run really fast over them and not have to jump on them.
Yeah, but you have to know where the next platforms are. Zavane is making a good push. These treadmills are not fun, but...
No.
Hey, neither is ice. Neither is that big wall in front of Zavane. In fact, where Zavane is right now is not where you're supposed to go.
You're supposed to go down and right? There.
Yeah. There we go. Like, the level design in this is flawed enough that it's a little bit confusing where you're supposed to go. I don't think that's necessarily a very bad thing. Like, actually making it a bit confusing for players can be enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, basically, this can be very mazy. I mean, it is mazy.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, right now, Zavane is trying to take it very slow because we want to make those lives last. And then all of a sudden, you just see someone frozen in the ice, just casually.
Poor caveman. By the way, Yuge is restarting the stream, so I believe he should be back. A little bit of buffering. Hopefully it goes okay.
Yep, and now there's a dog and there's there's a spike. Oh!
Oh no!
That dog is going. Yeah, sometimes just damage boosting is good enough. You can't, do something fast enough.
Yeah, there we go. We've got 4
no.
players going through this right now. Yuge running the dog into the wall. That's okay. That's what you want to do. Unfortunately, also running into the spike. Like,
yeah, eventually they're just going to have to realize that going fast just is not the option in this level if they want to keep both lives and health.
Let me just say though, my favorite thing about this game is how absolutely uncontrollable it is, and like some games you can't really see that, but you can see it with this game.
That is absolutely true. I will not deny that in the slightest. But yeah, also holding down the jump button will give you like an extra block of jump height. So
okay, so it's helpful. Zavane getting the extra life here. Good choice. Or the extra health. I don't remember.
Life. A note is health, and a heart is life. What they do to deserve this? They signed up for Ku5ogrande. This is not my doing that,
Yeah, so says the executioner. Not my doing.
It was just the axe.
The axe did it. They axed for it, Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
By the way, if somebody gave this to me and I had to play it for the first time, I would probably be very happy with this choice. But again, when it comes to Ku5ogrande, oh yeah, I love this game. I absolutely, like, it's not controllable, but I really, really have fun with it. It's exciting to me. Oh no! Time Wanderer's dog died. Which, honestly, it's hard to keep that dog alive.
I don't keep it. Like I said, it basically tanks one hit and then it's done for. And I always have to wonder about how some of these, like, creatures came to life, like the big green face things. Because I will never understand what those are supposed to be.
Okay, an NPC, let me go ahead and explain to you why I really enjoy games like this. Because the thing is, you can see that the developers were trying something. They were trying something different, something that other people didn't do. They definitely had the right idea what a platformer was, but they, definitely made something that did not control like a platformer. They tried to make everything fast, and it failed in a big way. And for me, that's extremely fun. To see them try something and make it less controllable and more just a thing of chaos is this game,
Yeah, I think that's the appropriate thing of chaos.
Oh no, did I say Time Walker instead of Time Wanderer? Yeah, we have various people in Ku5ogrande who have somewhat similar names on occasion. Time Wanderer, no! Your dog is dead! Oh my gosh. But at the same time, it's hard to get this dog to go where you want it to. Because you got the spike ball that you gotta deal with. If you're not doing it right. The dog can be used to kill the green dude. There we go, Time Wanderer doing it right there and immediately killing the dog.
Yeah, that's kind of the intent. But now we're on level 3 with Zvane, who's going to learn about a different kind of spike. Yeah, this is supposed to be the jailbreak.
Wait, they're breaking out of jail?
Breaking in and out of jail.
Well, why are you breaking into the jail? Just don't. Hey, I'm such a good thief. I snuck into jail and out of jail.
Just shows how good a thief you are.
Yeah.
But these aren't thieves, these are the Blues Brothers.
Aha, Time Wanderer is on to Jailhouse Rock as well. Well, I mean, they could steal if they wanted to, right?
No, stealing is bad, Resentia.
Well, I mean, they're breaking in. Really, is stealing worse than breaking in?
So, one thing on Zvane's screen is that there is an egg there, and if you can get it through the basketball hoop, the game will bless you with an extra life. Not that I was trying to get away from the, ethics of stealing, but
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I also have to laugh at the uniforms of these prisoner guards.
You mean, why are they knights? Why do they have, like, full... Are they LARPing? Is it LARPing day at the local prison?
Have you known prisons to have LARPing days?
I've never been to prison, NPC. See, I've never broken into a prison. I've never broken out. I swear. So I haven't really known. I have no idea if they LARP. Maybe they do, like, every Tuesday.
Yeah, Time Wanderer is backtracking. They accidentally thought they were going one way and they needed to go the other.
Well, I mean, the game really isn't that obvious about where you're supposed to go.
I know. It's one of those things where you have to, try to keep that mental maze in your head on where you need to go. And sometimes it can be looking super obtuse.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I hate that in order to get to the left there, you have to go on the spike, so you need to have the dog, but if the dog's dead, can't ride a dead dog. Just sit there and you're like, hi, dog. Dog doesn't say anything, it's dead.
What if it mysteriously woofed?
Well, then maybe you can ride it. I don't know. Unless it was just gas that made it woof, I don't know. Do, like, dead dogs occasionally woof?
I'm just saying that if the dog, somehow the spirit of the dog entered the room.
Oh, geez.
Kind of like Seventh Saga, where it becomes this gigantic monster that can kill you.
Can I ride a ghost dog? This sounds great.
Maybe you get possessed by one.
Maybe I could possess one.
Then you start sniffing other people's butts just out of random curiosity.
Good excuse. Yeah, I'm possessed by a dog, you see?
Don't mind me. I'm just sniffing your butt.
Just dog possession, that's all. My gosh. I still love watching people trying to deal with all of the nuts physics in this game. Because here's the deal. Time Wanderer is almost at the end of stage 1 again. And it took people about a good 10 minutes to get through it. But honestly, if you're just playing and you know where to go and what to do, it's like 1 minute.
It's barely even that, because the glitch just takes you like...
Well, I mean, if you do the glitch, if you cheat NPC. If you're a big fat cheater, then sure, it takes like 15 seconds maybe.
For a game that I will never play, I will officially do the cheat.
Are you serious? Look at
when I was giving this game out, I decided I was gonna waste time on, trying to actually play through the level. I just did the stupid cheat so I could get to stage 2 and 3 quicker.
See, I think I've actually beaten this game. Because I love this game, it's so good.
Say that now, but when we get to level 4, we'll be laughing at them trying to do a certain section. Oh no! Get out of the spikes, Yvain! And getting hit by a spider.
Once you're down there, it's really difficult to get out. And unfortunately, every time you die, you come back right where you were, so...
I need to keep a closer eye, because I was trying to think about who made it further in stage 3 right now, and I kind of accidentally lost track. So I'm going to get a piece of paper and pen out.
I don't know.
Well, I should know. We both should know. We actually know the path.
Okay, I think Sylvain is going through the correct path. But it's been a hot minute since I've played this.
No, they're not going through the right path because they're supposed to either go through the middle or the left path. Well, that works.
See,
so
I told you. Wow, NPC doubting me.
Okay, I'm sorry, Brossentia.
The spike! Sylvain was trying to dodge it, but it didn't work because it was a screensaver spike.
I love it.
Some of these,
I love this game.
Yeah, some of these areas just have, seemingly impossible ways of getting through.
Like, I don't know if it's possible to get through this game taking no damage.
Well, right now, Sylvain is actually in the lead with Time Wander in second place. One thing about where Sylvain is that you either walk very slowly for a good long while, or you can just damage boost and take like just a couple seconds. They're getting there. They are getting there. Have you looked at the instruction manual of this game?
No, I'm eating a chimichanga. Fine, let me go.
Oh, it has a good section on it because it actually goes. Something that you miss is because they're hitting fast start so quickly is what all these areas are, and very much not like the storyline. But yeah, when you get to that, I'll let you read them because they're interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to know a little bit of the story here. They say thank you for buying this. Okay. Back in town. Oh, yeah? Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit of the Blues Brothers to you. Jake and Elwood Blues are back in town to put on the greatest rock and roll show ever seen. However, Sheriff McGraw hasn't forgotten the chaos created the last time these two boys passed through town. To prevent the Blues Brothers from getting to the stage on time, the sheriff has sabotaged all routes of access. Jake and Elwood have to find their own way to the stage. Despite the sheriff's efforts, Jake and Elwood are pretty sure they remember the way, or at least the general direction. To avoid being detected, they pass quickly through the shopping mall, and then sneak back into the back of the warehouse. Unfortunately, Jake and Elwood made a wrong turn and wind up in a prison. However, through their clever maneuvering, they managed to escape. The Blues Brothers continue on, sneaking through the sewers and finally reaching the concert hall by passing through an abandoned building site. Jake gave a little smile. "Watch out," he shouted. "The Blues Brothers are back and you better be ready!" That's how I
Why
imagine
did
he
I-
sounds.
I was about to say, that is like, why are you using a posh accent for that? Mr. Blues Brothers.
Yeah, the Blues Brothers. Was so sad.
Well, Time Wander actually passed Zavain, so
Very
Time
nice.
Wander's now in first.
Gotta crawl through this. Yeah, Time Wanderer has a good idea of where to go and what to do.
But one of the things you missed is if you look at your enemies on that instruction manual, look at the entry for Mad Dog.
Mad Dog is in love with your pants. Aw. About long teeth, has not eaten anything for an entire century. Evil Cop hates all kinds of music. Oh no.
That's how you know
Riot.
Cop is evil.
That's the one with the shield. Quiet Riot. Never thinks during his working hours. Okay. How about Psycho Spider? Always lays her eggs when frightened. Bouncing Blob, a bouncing sewer monster. Oh, there's also Snake with very sharp fangs. Battling Blob, weapon launcher. Hypo Shark, a crafty underwater enemy with big teeth. And there's also Flying Bomber, beware of deadly eggs. Oh my gosh. It's kind of amazing. I don't want
Well,
the
it's
dog to
funny-
love my pants, though.
Well, sometimes they just can't help it, Versentia.
True. So, there's a whole section that is talking about advanced tricks like fighting enemies. And
I found that interesting. I didn't mention it just because, I gave them the manual to read if they're gonna, ignore stuff, and that's on them.
you have to use eggs, though. Like, you don't actually have any weapons. Time Wanderer, moving on to the next level.
Oh,
the
we're
next
gonna
one
get
is
some
the
fun stuff.
Underworld. Yeah, that's right. They're dead. The Blues Brothers become water babes and rock on, battling against the hordes of sharks and spiders. Singing "See You Later, Alligator," they skip over the leering heads of sewer crocodiles on the hop past the continuous onslaughts of the bouncing and battling blobs. Yep, that's a story. They're
Yeah.
water babes. Why are you a babe?
Well, that's what he's like, hey, babe, what? Coolio Daddy-O kind of stuff. Trust
Julio
me,
Dad. What?
Yeah, cool
Go-
Daddy-O.
I want to hear you speak like this a little bit more, just so I can judge you.
If I knew more of the lingo, I would, but I really don't, and I really don't want to sound worse than I already do.
Do you know the Babe? Oh, how does the song on Labyrinth that David Bowie sings? Yeah, the Babe with the Kuso.
Oh, jeez.
This reminds
Now
me of the Babe.
I'm trying to think of what that song is.
You ride me at the Babe. I remember babies. That's the name of the song.
What the frig, person?
Just trying to help you.
That's like one of the, it's like karaoke and you're just like that drunk. It's like, babe, I got you, babe.
I've got your
Just
baby.
totally
I've got your baby.
We don't have anybody's baby, we want to assure you.
Well, good. I don't want him.
Well, Mr. Zimbo is getting to the part that Zavain got to in stage 3, so we'll see if there's any further progress made here and possibly a lead change in the second place. There we go. Now if they just make the platform, I think that'll be second place. As long as they keep jumping on said platforms so they can get through there. Yeah, every time I just keep looking at this game, I'm like, how are you supposed to do this without getting hit?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know if it's even possible. The better thing as well is that the level skip trick that exists requires you to take damage as well. So even cheating, you have to get hurt.
I mean, level 1 is really easy because the first thing you do, but on level 2, you actually have to maneuver ways in order to get it.
I'm calling it cheating, but I fully support doing that, especially when you're doing speedruns that allow it. But I'll still call you a cheater, and then I'll laugh because you absolutely know I'm joking, and I don't care. Oh my gosh, I got a comment on one of my speedruns the other day on YouTube, and it's like, wow, good job getting through the game in less than 20 minutes by cheating. Really?
What was that for?
Rambo?
Oh, gee, I mean,
I bet your parents must be so proud of you. I'm like, wow, you are kind of like the best person I've ever talked to on YouTube. I'm a Rambo cheater, everybody. I'm cheated. If the person who made that comment ever checks out this specific stream, you're such a nerd. Okay, who goes on YouTube and checks out a video that has like 100 views and then sarcastically tells them, oh, good job, cheater. I mean, I can't imagine like how bored I would have to be in order to do that. I probably would someday though, you know, NPC. I'll probably go to a video of yours. Like next time I'm bored, I'll be like, wow, look at this nerd. What a cheater. But I'll have to be like really bored. How do you cheat at Rambo? Well, I skipped like every boss, so there's that.
I didn't tell you what Okami did that shocked the heck out of me. Other than he was playing Sword of Sedan at the time, which also would shock me, but he found out a way how not to die when drinking the Winners Don't Do Drugs potions.
Oh yeah, you get hit at the same time.
Yeah, and I was like, no, you're supposed to die like every other person should. You're not allowed to drink that potion combination because you're supposed to learn a lesson from that. And Okami didn't learn his lesson.
Yeah, please everybody, don't let OmniGamer ever see any of my speedruns because he might prove how I cheated. Actually, I think most people would be able to see. Yeah, he went through a wall there. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. That's okay. I don't want a Twin Galaxies record anyway.
I've never wanted a Twin Galaxy record, to be honest. Except for Alpiner. Alpiner's the only one I want a record for.
Yeah, but then you have to actually own a TI-99, and by the time you own a TI-99, you just get a world record by default, okay? Because nobody else is going to contest it, ever.
No joke. I have tried to get a T199. There was somebody that was selling one on Craigslist, and I was really badly wanting one, but they refused to respond back to me, and I was so sad that day because I really badly wanted to have it because it even came with Alpiner and the voice chip.
Oh, it came with the voice module? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
See, I actually have a cart of Alpiner already. Why? Because I went down to the local video game store just to see, and they had it. They had multiple copies, okay? So I can definitely hook you up if you ever get a TI-99 but not Alpiner.
I really don't need to buy any. I am not a collector. I just play these games.
I just buy things when, like, I feel like it. Wow, that sounds like a really good way to lose all your money. But yeah, I bought it for the novelty. I don't collect TI-99 games, NPC. I don't collect any type of game.
No joke. When I bought Sword of Sedan, it was as a joke. And then I speedran it. And
yeah, but Alpiner's fun.
Yes, Alpiner is fun.
Yuge is starting to get through some of the really difficult jumps. Hey, Zavane, onto the sewer. And you know what sewer levels mean. We're gonna get the best room in a little bit.
Yeah.
If you can get past the aliens, I mean.
It's like they look like hands.
They do. It's like, you know, when you make shadow puppets with your hands, that's actually what it looks like, okay? That's what the the room is
No,
getting
that's not the
soon.
room.
Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up.
It's coming up, yes.
Yeah, that was a short preview of the room. Oh, Time Wanderer moving on as well.
Yeah, we're gonna get some fun stuff right here. They're both just, you know, itching in this level. They're getting closer and closer. Yeah, it's like this part you can just run over those platforms. You don't have to jump, I don't think. So, you know, we'll find out. But it's just like a tiny little jump. And there's the preview for it. You still have a little ways to go before you get there.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little, not a lot.
I feel like this one room is what moves this game into from janky territory to absolute frustration territory for some people. And I'm mostly going to say that person is you, NPC, because you definitely do not like playing this game. Okay,
No,
Sylvain is going to go to... Oh my gosh, that fall
The
is
room.
so hard. The room, everybody, hold on to your butts, because we've got the room here. No, Sylvain,
Oh,
no!
Yep. Time to go around. And it looks like Time Wanderer is getting there too. So we'll see how they get into this, because this is something.
Oh, it certainly is.
Yep, I'm just watching now because it's Time Wanderer is ahead just by a little bit. So Sylvain now has to go through the room if they want to take back first place.
Oh, baby. That's okay. I think Sylvain knows what nightmare has to be done here. There we go. The spikes are so hard to dodge, okay? I'm not even kidding you. The ones that Time Wanderer died on. That is a game over. Back to the beginning of the game. Still enough time to catch back up.
Yeah, we're still have plenty of time, but somebody just replied back that they heard an "oh my god" from Time Wanderer's room. And I forgot if it was Time Wanderer or Sylvain that made the jump. I think it was Time Wanderer that got all the way to the very end. Dang it! I feel bad that I totally am blanking. Yeah, I know, it's either Time or Sylvain, Cadus, and it's probably going to come to that part.
Oh no, Sylvain! That is a game over. Is that back to the beginning of the game? Nope. Two encores left. That's pretty impressive.
Props to them. Yeah, I know. Still have plenty of time to try to make it through this. Yeah, I had a feeling. I thought it was Time Wanderer that made the final platform.
Yeah, by the way, for people who are watching this, one thing they have to realize about that very difficult section is that you have to do a climb back up where there are moving spikes and then do a jump down that is very precise timing in order to avoid damage. Essentially, every time that they fail getting across the platforms there, I would expect them to take one hit of damage. At least that's how it's been for me, you know?
Yeah. Aw, poor Sylvain missed the one up.
Yeah, that's a little frustrating. Recoverable, but frustrating.
Yeah.
Now remember, everybody, this is Ku5ogrande. The match is an hour long. We're seeing who can make the most progress first and second will, I believe, be moving on. Third, it depends on who takes third, but they may move on or enter a tiebreaker. And fourth will be eliminated today. So the biggest thing, do not come in fourth.
Yeah, I think you guys in fourth, but I'm not absolutely sure, so I'm not gonna. It's like one of those things that we're probably gonna have to take a look to see who made further progress in this.
Yeah, if one of them manages to get to stage 4, then we'll be able to see pretty clearly. Okay, Zavain onto the jumps. 2 lives currently. Not the worst. Could be better. Could be worse. Oh, the spike! Yep.
Yeah. Spikes don't love you.
No, there are ways to avoid them. If you do the same thing every single time, you're gonna eventually learn the pattern and get used to the spikes. But they're still really annoying. There we go, Zavain through that. Can Zavain do this section, though? Yes! No damage there, so will Zavain make it across the jumps? Oh, no!
Oh, no!
No!
So basically, Zavain and Time Wander are tied right now because both of them have failed that jump. But Time Wanderer made it first, so...
Oh, yeah. Honestly, there's no surprise that jump is not being made.
It's like me and Percentia were ready for this.
You have to be perfect in order to make that jump. And if you have any flaws in your life or haven't, talked to a priest recently, you're just not going to make the jump.
So that's what you need to do? You need to talk to a priest to make the jump?
An old priest and a young priest. Yeah. Both would help.
Oh, no, come on! Ben, come on! You can do it.
I love this game so much. I also love how much slow down and speed up there is with the music all throughout this entire game.
Yeah, I just really want to see somebody get through this room.
At the same time, if nobody does, I'll still be happy. No, Zavain overcorrecting! Very easy to overcorrect in this game. That's part of the control's flaws.
Oh no, and I feel sorry because Mr. Zimbu just restarted stage 2 right at the very end of it.
Oh no! It happens. Yuge currently trying to get through jail. Yeah, don't worry. People go through this every day. Yeah, like going through the jail tunnels, getting all dirty.
Zavain, come on, you can do this. I believe in you. Maybe.
Oh.
I should have told them to contact their priest.
No, I believe in the blues. I believe in the blues, everybody. Oh no! Oh, the spikes for Zavain. I was worried that would be another hit, but yeah, like I said, every time that you go through there, you're probably taking 1 damage. And there goes Zavain! What is the hitbox? It's the platform.
The platform, the very middle of that platform.
Oh my gosh, we have about 13 minutes left, getting close to 12 minutes. Honestly, I still think there's time for anybody to move into first. It's getting a little bit more difficult for Yugi and Mr. Zimbu. Not impossible, but more difficult. We gotta call a deacon? I don't want a deacon.
He got it!
Oh my gosh! Zavain is through!
Zavain is now taking the first place lead.
Very nice! Oh yeah, Zavain's going the wrong way. Like, not the most convenient way to get through there. I mean,
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's kind of still the right way, but yeah.
it is. You're just going to take damage, but you don't have to deal with the possibility of damage. You're just guaranteed that you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
No, at the butt of the spikes. Zavana's game over. There's one continue left, I believe.
Yeah. But they're going to have to try to make that jump again.
The jump. Such a good jump.
And also, Time Wonder is also going to have to make the jump too.
Yeah, chat is pointing out that they may have to apologize to the Bubble Man spikes in Mega Man, and okay, here's the deal. Like, yes, the Bubble Man spikes insta-kill you, but they're still more avoidable than any of the spikes in here, and I would say that you're probably going to die more to spikes in this game than in Mega Man. And that's saying something when they're not insta-kill. Zavane, can you get the one up? No, just barely missed it. Oh, I hate it. I hate that. Oh, here it comes. There we go, one up.
Oh, Yuge,
The concert's over.
It's over.
Not the concert. Everybody music is dead. And the blues killed it. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
Time Wonder is through too.
Very nice.
They're now deciding whether it's
Which path?
Yeah, now they're doing
The death path.
They're taking death path.
Hey, like one hit of damage, not too bad through the death path. Let's see what Time Wanderer can do with the jumps. Making one jump from one block to the other, it will be a small amount of progress. There we go. Time Wanderer moves into the lead.
Yep, and now the near impossible jump.
Yeah, I remember this being bad. I don't remember why, though.
Because it's almost pixel perfect. Because you need to be able to jump from one platform
and
to
it's
the
a blind
top.
jump. Pixel perfect blind jump. I hope you're all ready for this.
Yeah.
Can you ride the alligator?
No, I don't think so.
I want to ride the alligator.
Okay, almost.
So close. Oh, this game is so...
Oh my goodness! Savane is there too!
Yes! 2 people, 1
Oh
survivor!
my goodness.
Wait, no. Multiple survivors, but whatever.
One's gonna look more awesome than the other.
Jeff Probst, why don't you have this in Survivor? Time Wanderer! Oh my gosh! That was a good climb.
Jeez, those spikes are just... Oh, there's the jump. That's the impossible jump.
Yeah, it's possible. It's just not okay.
Oh no, Time Wonder just died. And
That
they're using
still could be...
more-
one more continue. That still could be enough to win, depending on how Zavane does, though. Oh, Zavane did a dumb jump right there. Not gonna help.
And they don't have... This is their final hit point right now. I'm sure they have another continue, but... You know,
I don't
think...
know if Zavane does.
Wait a second. Yeah, I think you're right. But the thing is... Oh...
Well... It's another way to die. Happens a lot.
Yeah. Oh no!
No more music! It's the day the music died. Yeah. You didn't know that was today. Ku5ogrande is pretty strong, tell you what. Time Wanderer getting the extra life there.
Yeah, so I think right now, I think it's, you know, pretty firm in that Time Wonder will probably be first.
There's
The
still,
video's gonna have to make a serious push.
there's
That's all I
still
can say.
technically enough time. Like, this game is really fast when you play well. but you have to stop missing jumps and start, you know, rushing. Don't be Russian, but be, you know, different kind of Russian. Like go fast type. Yeah, that type of Russian. Time Wanderer is onto the dumb jumps.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
never get any easier.
No, they're all like, you think that you've got it, and then it's just pain. It's pain forever, because not only do you have to jump just right and land on a very narrow platform, but if you touch the slopes, you're probably gonna fall.
So bad. It's just
Yugi
so
is back
bad.
to the prison. There we go, Mr. Zimbu through the level. Honestly, conserving that last bit of health is worth it because you get a full health refill when you move on to the next stage. One of the things that Titus did right, which I don't know if they meant to, but hey.
Titus, the thing Titus did right.
I know Titus's games, okay? They made decisions. Ooh, they made a lot of decisions.
All with Titus the Fox.
Well, no. Not all of them have the fox. I think Yugi just crawled through a wall.
Yeah, you can kind of do that, but I mean, it doesn't really help.
Okay. Yeah, you can kind of crawl through walls on occasion, and don't worry about it.
Oh no, Time Wanderer is going not the right way. Yep, Time Wanderer just realized they totally went the wrong way.
Yeah, it's... Well, I mean, this game has non-linear sections that don't really point out the correct direction. Oh no!
They did it again!
I love it. I love it so much. Concert over! Time Wanderer gonna be playing a little bit more, which honestly, I think you should never stop playing until time is up. That's my own theory, my own philosophy. There are times when, you know, it's just, you know for a fact there's 0% chance that you can play well enough to catch back up. Or that playing perfect, you're not going to be able to catch back up. But then again, there could be hidden warps, there could be something odd. And with a game like this, the levels go by fast.
I think Mr. Zimbu actually made it to the end of level 3 but died.
See, Mr. Zimbu could move back into first if he is able to get through this.
Well, Zavane's in second. Mr. Zimbu's probably now in third.
Yeah, here's the deal. I saw somebody asking if it would be too cruel to have a 5-minute overtime, and simply put, we generally do not do that unless it is specified before the match. In some high-score attempts, or some that, you know that it's going to be close and that a final push can make a huge difference. We have done that a couple of times, but not very often.
Yeah, there's very, extraneous circumstances that lead to that.
Yeah, like Home Alone, for example. Home Alone, the game that you have 20 minutes to try to survive. If, 40 minutes into the match, or 45 minutes into the match, you get a game over, you're not going to be able to beat the game. And because of that, we've actually allowed them to do one final run up to a specific point, and then go over time once the time limit's reached. So, yeah, it does happen on occasion if it'll make the match, more worth watching and more worth playing.
Yeah, Savage Disc 2 was an issue, too. More Savage is the best Savage, so I don't know why people would complain about that.
Savage Disc 2? I'm trying to remember.
That was basically, it was basically a score attempt.
Oh,
because there's like a 3D shooting and...
Yep.
Oh no, Mr. Zimbu.
Oh, he didn't understand swapping the disc. That makes sense, Cadus.
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least.
Time Wanderer onto jail. Just crawling through all those holes.
Time to go to jail, Time Wanderer.
You know.
Bad games jail.
Bad game jail. Yeah, this is what it looks like, okay? This is prison jail, except there are more llamas in prison jail than you see here. Lots of tunnels, though. Lots of spikes, too. They do have a television or two, though.
So, just on a hypothetical, which deserves more jail? Bubsy 3D for being a bad Bubsy game, or the recent Bubsy games, which are so mediocre that it's just so terrible in that way?
The mediocre ones. I'd rather have, like, absolutely terrible over mediocre any day. Hey, Mr. Zimbu is getting close to the end of stage 3. Will this be enough to move into 3rd place, or to secure 3rd place?
It should be. I don't believe that Yuge got to stage 4.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. It is time up! With good game over music for Time Wanderer. I love it. That, as a matter of fact, is time. Oh, NPC, I love this game. I love this game, I love it, and you're never gonna convince me otherwise.
I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna tell you not to enjoy games that you love.
Well, good, because I love it. I love it so much. Oh. Yes, it looks like Zvane took 2nd, Time Wanderer 1st. Mr. Zimbu takes 3rd. I'm sad for Yugi. He's always been a joy to have around. Unfortunately, he will be eliminated. May I see your torch? Here's your rose. What other things? The tribe has spoken. Yeah. How do you feel they did?
They do better than me. That's all I can say.
Aww.
Because I just can't play this game to save my life. I love ice physics, and yet this game just, pushes my limits on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, do you think there would ever be a situation in life where you had to play this game or die? Or like, you had to beat this game or die?
I could beat this game, I just wouldn't enjoy it.
Hello there, Time Wanderer. Congratulations.
Hello, you. Wow.
Okay.
Yup.
Is that pretty much all you have to say?
Okay, so like stage 1.
Okay.
First impressions. Wow, this game controls like really slippery. Stage 2, there's ice now.
Yeah. Okay, stage 3?
Stage 3?
Stage 3. Okay, stage 3 was like a maze, but then once I kind of figured out the way through it, it wasn't that bad. But spiders though, it just like. Is there a method to like getting them to jump up and down? Like, because sometimes you just kind of have to walk behind them because there's no way to get past them.
I don't think
so. Basically, when they turn to you and look at you, that's when they jump up on the ceiling. And so then you crawl under them.
So if they're walking away from you,
then you just have to slowly wait for them to turn around.
Yeah.
Or you just damage boost through them. It's just much faster.
Yeah, I have a confession to make.
Sure.
I kind of enjoyed that.
I love this game. I love it so much.
Like, I actually kind of had fun with it. Like, move over, Sega Genesis. The NES has blast processing now.
Yeah, it's so fast.
So fast.
It's ridiculous. I've never played a game on the NES that felt quite that fast. Like, I think maybe Mario 3 is if you get up to P speed, but
I think Mario's P speed is the Blues Brothers regular walking speed.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
that's pretty true.
Like,
yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, I'm actually legitimately surprised that the screen scroll doesn't like wrap you around and you end up on the left side. Like, it seems like the type of game that moves so fast that the screen scroll can't keep up. So you can end up like moving to the right side of the screen and then like wrong warping to the left side of the screen. Like what happened in King of Kings.
Yeah. I mean, there's something that you can do that deals with taking damage next to the edge of a screen, and essentially there are levels that you can skip by going through the left side of the screen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the left side of the screen,
Okay.
level 1 and 2.
So, yep. You can definitely cheat. Or, I mean,
Yeah.
glitch. Not cheating.
I mean, it depends on the category.
Yeah, see?
Wait,
NPC was very clear that it was cheating if we did it in this race.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's because I told NPC to tell y'all.
No, I knew about it beforehand. I was going to tell them, but generally people don't like to look at instructions as I'm introducing the game to them, so I just wanted to wait until when we were about to start the race that they had that in their memory.
Good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we do have one question, and what did you think of the platforming in level 4?
Okay. That's I mean, it's standard Ku5ogrande. Where's the hitbox? Where is this platform? I see where it looks like it is, but where is it actually?
Yeah.
And then they confound that with you get to play where is the hitbox combined with you get sent down the pinball chute if you miss on either side because the slopes are apparently like turbo greased.
Oh, yeah, and they're like hypersensitive, you know? Even if you're going up and you touch a slope, you're sliding back down.
Mm-hmm. There's no room for correction. And I actually like the farthest I got was like I got to the stage in the sewers where I guess you're taking a train to space.
Yeah.
Is what it something like that. And then it's like, well, I don't know where to like I died there, but I didn't know where to jump next anyway. So I was like, if I get back there, I'm probably just gonna stand on the spikes and not know what to do.
The exit to that area looks like a platform. It doesn't look like an exit. So you were going the right way. It's just that there's no way you could have known what the exit was until you jumped onto it.
I see. How did everyone else do? Did everyone else figure out that dogs are useful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody used the dogs. A lot of dog deaths, mind you. You know,
Yeah,
just
that
crash
was
them into the
unfortunate.
walls. Nah, it's fine. They were ugly anyway, you know. Just kind of deserved to die.
Hey. That's going in the quote box, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I've said a lot of dumb things. That's what happens.
Comes with the territory. We love you anyway, bro.
Seriously, though, great job, Time Wanderer. I'm wondering, is there anything else that you're streaming over at your channel these days? Anything that's going on? Or if you're not streaming much, anything offline?
I'm streaming pretty regularly, like 3 times a week, and I just started a new retro gaming podcast called The Retro Breakdown. So basically what I've been doing lately is playing like old games on my channel and then recording a podcast with a friend of mine about what we think about that old game.
Okay, what's the latest game that you've done?
Last week we did Final Fantasy Adventure.
Oh, that one's fun.
Man. Classic awesome game.
That was a good game. Like I liked it a lot. Like it's surprising how much I mean, I know it's like technically the game before Secret of Mana. Like it's in the same franchise by the same people. But I kind of expected it to feel different, and I was shocked at how much for like a Game Boy game, it actually feels like a Mana game. Like it was really fun.
I played it to death. I have played through that so many times. I just enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I need to go all the way through, but the music is solid, the gameplay is solid. Yeah, it's a joy.
It's essentially Final Fantasy Zelda. Like, that's what it feels like. It was a lot of fun to go through. Take a guide though, because some of those hints do not actually tell you where to go at all.
I did it blind.
Yeah. I mean, I've been playing it without looking at a guide, but every once in a while you just get stuck and you're like, what the crap? I don't know.
One spot in particular where they give you a hint about palm trees and the number 8, and you're supposed to like run in an infinity symbol around 2 palm trees at a random spot to open a cave entrance, and it's like that wasn't clear at all. However, coming from a Ku5ogrande background, it might you're more prone to think outside the box, so maybe you won't have as much trouble with it.
True.
It definitely still holds up though. It's a lot of fun.
Well, okay, I think that's going to be it for the show. Honestly, everybody, I'm feeling a little bit tired right now. I think that, Tuesday, of course, we've got Don't Make Us Bored. I'm going to do what I can to be back tomorrow evening with a stream. I would like to go ahead and play, some sub choices. So I'm going to try for that. Follow me on Twitter, or if you're in the Discord for Ku5ogrande, I'll go ahead and let people know when I do that. Don't Make Us Bored. I would love to see more submissions. And, of course, more Ku5ogrande next Saturday and Sunday. That's what it's looking like. Okay, so we will be taking a little bit of a break for the rest of the day. Thank you, NPC. Thank you, Time Wanderer. What should we do? What do we need to do? Who do we need to raid? Yagamoth is doing RimWorld. I like RimWorld, and I like Yagamoth. So let's raid. Do we have a good raid message? Concert over.
Yeah.
Concert over. There we go. That is our raid message. Go bother Yagamoth. I'll probably be doing some Big Bad Game-a-thon submission reviews tonight as well. So, it's helpful to have a bit of break from 4 matches on the weekends each day. Yeah. Okay, take care, everybody. See ya. Bye, Time Wanderer.
Bye, friends.
Bye,
Take it
NPC.
easy.